Hey guys, I'm Philip from the Honda Resource, and thanks so much for joining me on this episode. So today, I'm reworking a GSR motor back here. This is the Brian's B18C. It was featured previously on the channel when I tore it apart to diagnose what was going on with it. So since then, he's taken the block, had it bored, and he's gotten some Eagle rods, which I've already put in it, Wiseco Pistons. We went to an 81.5 millimeter bore, and we put an LS crank in it, LS rods. This is a GSR block, so essentially what we're doing is stroking it out. So the LS rods and crank have a little longer stroke, and if you don't know, you can do this with a GSR block. So all we've done is install the crank and the rods, and then this block also has a block guard in it, as you can see in here. So we've got ARP head studs already put on, and I'll go ahead and flip it over. I'm still waiting on some thrust washers to come in, so I can't really finish the bottom end assembly until I put the thrust washers in. I ordered those from Honda earlier last week, and they still haven't come in. But we did go ahead and put in some ARP main studs too. I haven't put these two in yet because it just makes it easier to get those thrust washers in over here without having these studs in the way. And then we got to put the girdle in, and he got the windage tray that was missing previously. And so once we get this little bit assembled down here, we'll be able to button up the bottom side of it. So I've already got the oil pump on it, as you can see here. So it's got the new water pump installed already. Like I said, it does have the oil pump with new O-rings and stuff. And then it's got a new filter for the oil already on there. And I painted the block on the front half. That's the part he's going to see. Just trying to clean it up a little bit. So once, I guess now that we're to this point, I'm just going to kind of put on a time lapse. I gapped the rings. I don't really recall the setting that I put them on, but I want to say, I don't remember. I found them on one of the websites for a turbo GSR setup, and I've gapped them to that. But now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put the head on, as well as the timing set, and go ahead and get it as far as I can get it without having the bottom assembled. So now I've got the head on. I don't have the bolts torqued yet. I just kind of got them snug by hand. And I've got to clean up the head a little more. I want to paint the head too to match the block. And hopefully I can do that without messing up the paint on the block too bad. Yeah, I can probably put just some brake cleaner on some shop rags and clean most of this off up here. Just get it looking halfway decent, and then tape up the upper part here, so that no paint gets up here on the valve train. But yeah, it's coming together. Hopefully before long we can actually finish this up. All right, so I finally got in the thrust washers to finish Brian's engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to knock out the rest of this engine and get where I can get it returned to him. So I'm just gonna knock it back on time lapse and try to finish up this part. All right, guys, that pretty much sums up Brian's engine rebuild. So I've still got to adjust the valve lash adjustment on it. But other than that, it's pretty much done. He's got the rest of the parts at his place, like the valve cover, the intake manifold, all that stuff. So I'm just going to adjust the valves on it, and then he'll be ready to pick it up. So with this motor, it got bored over to 81.5 mil, got eagle rods, Wiseco pistons, new bearings. And actually this is a GSR engine. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video. It's GSR block, it's a B18C1. All right, and it's got a P72 head, which is a GSR. And then it's got a LS crank in it and LS eagle rods. That gives it a little longer stroke, makes it like about a 1.9 liter. So I guess be like the benefits of going LS VTEC, but without the hassle of the LS VTEC with the oil lines and stuff. So yes, you can use a LS crank and rods in your GSR block. You just need to make sure that if you do the crank, you're also doing the rods. So as you can see here, I've got the Gates timing kit, or the Gates timing belt on there. I've got the alternator on there. I've pretty much got everything that I could do while it was here on here. He's gonna have to clean up his little gasket surface here before he puts his intake manifold back on. Like I said, I'm gonna adjust the valves on it, get those good and in spec. And he's got to put his clutch on, his flywheel, all that stuff. I may go ahead, it's actually here, it's over here in this box, so I may go ahead and do that once I take it off the engine stand. But for the most part, everything I can do is done. So anyways, guys, thanks for checking out the video. I didn't really do it to the point that it would be informational, you know what I mean? That wasn't really the goal of the video. You know, I wasn't sitting here trying to do a DIY on how to build a GSR engine. I'm not real savvy when it comes to building engines. I just make sure I cap the rings, like they call for on a turbo build, and and then put all of it together. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button and leave me a comment below. Tell me what I screwed up or whatever you want to talk about below. If you think it looks awesome, you can tell me below. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hope you stick around and watch some more videos. Hit the subscribe. Maybe you can stick around for a little while. Thanks for tuning in. See you on another video. Peace.